Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat just pulled off the impossible pretty much. I think nobody had them favored. Nobody picked them to win the series. I didn't. I thought the Bucks were going to win the championship, to be honest. It all started to feel kind of off once Giannis went down and the Heat were able to take Game 3. That's when my eyebrows were a little bit raised, but I figured, the Bucks will win Game 4. It'll be 2-2 going back to Milwaukee, and then we'll see. But that special performance by Jimmy Butler just completely changed everything. It felt like one of the best performances ever, and definitely probably my favorite, if not in my top 3 for best playoff performances ever. I cannot put it into words. That was such a special, iconic game to watch, to feel like you're a part of. And after that, the tide really started to turn. I think the Bucks were maybe still slightly favored to win the series, but if anything, it was as close to a pick 'em as it can get. Then going into Game 5, I just cannot believe it. He does it again, man. He did it again. I think he dropped like 42, 44 or something like that, and he went crazy again. And, when Tyler Hero gets hurt, you think the series is over. And then somehow, some way, this guy just carries them into a whole new stratosphere. There's an argument to be made that Jimmy is the best 16-game player in the league. You know how a lot of people say there's 82-game players and there's 16-game players. Jimmy might be the most 16-game player of all time. And because of it, he will be a lock to make the Hall of Fame. I don't think that's even up for debate anymore, especially after what he did last year when he led the Heat to the finals a couple years ago as well in the bubble. I mean, it's undeniable at this point. He is one of a kind, and he went supernova, and he had to if they were going to win after Tyler Hero got hurt. It was just, they needed everything they could possibly get out of him, and he gave them even more. And it was just unbelievable. Now the Heat go into a second round series against the Knicks, a series that's winnable for the Heat. I'm not saying that they will win, but it is winnable. And all of a sudden we're looking at the Heat potentially being back in the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years in a row. I believe 3 years in the last 5 that they've made the Eastern Conference Finals. And with the playoff race being wide open, the West being wide open, the East is very wide open now. Who knows? Maybe the Heat could make the finals. It's all going to just depend on how it all plays out. Maybe Tyler Hero can come back a little bit earlier. Things could shake the Heat's way, and if they do, and if somehow they may even make it back to the finals, I think it's time to start having some special discussions about Jimmy Butler and where he ranks in the Heat all-time hierarchy, in the NBA all-time hierarchy. I mean, we don't think of Jimmy as an all-time great. I mean, I do, but national consensus kind of doesn't think of him as an all-time great, and I think he's really approaching that, and I think it's undeniable at this point. He's by far my favorite player in the league to watch. I couldn't get enough of the series. I was going crazy when they won. It just felt so special to watch. I don't know. I mean, I keep saying it because it just feels like super special. It feels like a super special moment. Heat fans were miserable throughout the season, going through a lot of ups and downs. They couldn't seem to get it together. They lost the first play-in game and everyone was kind of freaking out, rightfully so. And then now they're the first play-in team to ever win a playoff series. And it's crazy. The NBA right now is at an all-time high when it comes to parity. It's just awesome to watch. I mean, like, if you're an NBA fan, how does this not excite you, get you going? Like, this is what we all wanted. We hated when it was Golden State versus Cleveland 4 years in a row. You knew what was going to happen. The playoffs were kind of pointless to watch. The regular season was kind of pointless to watch. And now it feels like every game matters and you never know what you're going to get. Now is definitely the best time to be an NBA fan. There's games happening left and right that are all close, that all feel monumentous, that all feel special, and I just can't get enough of it, and I hope you guys feel the same as well. With so many ups and downs throughout the Heat season, Tyler Hero going down, I'm sure all Heat fans went into this series kind of expecting to be sacrificed, to be basically slaughtered. There's just a couple guys that were on that team that just didn't believe that was the case, and You heard Jimmy throughout the regular season saying, like, when we make it to the finals again, like, I don't want to hear y'all, blah, blah, blah. And here he is. He did it again. Now, they're not there yet, but, I mean, it's wide open. There's a real chance. And I think if you're an NBA fan, what he's doing is special. Like, we can't compare it to anybody else besides maybe, like, LeBron with the Cavs. That Heat team right now is not very good. They lack a lot. They lack size. They lack shooting, especially with Hero out now. They were shooting horribly pre-playoffs, and now they're the best shooting team in the playoffs. Like, it's just crazy. It's a team effort. Shout out to them, definitely. They're getting contributions from Kevin Love, and it just feels like somehow they just find a way. When there is no way, they make a way. And I'm rooting for him. I'm wishing for the best. Definitely rooting for Jimmy. I would love to see him win a finals. I think right now no one deserves it more than Jimmy. He's gone the hard road. He's been battered. Like, a lot of people have slandered him and kind of said he's impossible to play with. A lot of teams didn't want him on their team. A lot of teams traded him away. Finally, there's a team that embraces him and who he is and what he stands for. And he's always been so close, and he's knocking on the door. It would just be special to see him finally put one over and get what he's, been desperate for his whole career. And I think he doesn't need that to validate his legend, but it would only raise his legend into another stratosphere. Let me know what you guys think. I'm super excited to continue watching. Let me know who you guys think will win the Knicks versus the Heat series, and maybe we'll come back with a preview of that.